Hey, good morning, good morning. Happy Sunday to you. Hope you're having a good weekend so far. Hope you maybe got to sleep in, your rest. Maybe you're getting ready to get your worship on. But as you're listening right now and you got captured by the title, Over 40 but Feeling Over 50. You feeling that right now? If you're feeling that way, if you're anywhere in your 40s, maybe early 40s, maybe you're in your later 40s like me, but you're feeling more like you're in your later 50s. Maybe you even feel, gosh, I feel like I'm 65 years old. I hear this often. I hear this from people. Good morning to you, Trisha. Good morning. And I hear this often. And not so much like they won't just say that, but the way they're sharing with me what's going on in their health. And they just feel like really achy, tired all the time, no energy, no motivation, like no desire. I'm getting older. Why bother? All those types of things. And if this is you, this message is for you. So hang in here because I want to share with you a message to give you some hope that if you are in your 40s and you're feeling in your 50s or feeling older, that there is something you can do. But I first want to share with you why you're feeling that way, There's a number of reasons why, right? There are a number of reasons. Maybe you've beaten yourself up over the years. Usually one of two categories. You've either beaten yourself up over the years. Maybe you're an athlete. Maybe you're a super active marathon runner. Maybe you did too much at a young age. I'll definitely say that I probably have fallen in that category just over time, playing sports and doing crazy stuff when I had the gym, jumping tires and pounding on my joints. And it's kind of funny because it feels like that was just yesterday, but that was like 10 years ago, maybe 8 years ago, maybe 7 years ago. And I feel relatively well, but I want to share with you really to help you understand why you're feeling like you're in your 50s. One of two things. You either beat yourself up and, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. You're damned if you do work hard through your whole life and stay, relatively fit or do what you think is right to do at a young age and push. And then you're like, my body's worn out. Can I get an amen on there? Hey, good morning, Albert. Appreciate you. Hope you had a great weekend so far. It's only Sunday, right? We still have the rest of the day. But here's why, too. So that's one of the reasons why. The other is that the complete opposite. Maybe you just didn't really care. Maybe your body kind of treated you sort of well. Didn't really have a hard time with your weight, but you didn't really need to exercise at all. You didn't really feel the need. You didn't really, your body kept fairly okay. But now you're getting older. And now when you're breaking past 40 in your mid-40s, you're realizing, oh, where did that little love handle come from? Where did that little side saddlebag come from? Where did that little jiggly under the arm? Can I get an amen there? Post it down below. So there's usually two things. You've either neglected yourself and maybe, you have a reason. Maybe a reason being an excuse. That's really what I'm talking about. The reason being an excuse is that you took care of everybody else's needs. I know as parents, we get caught up, and don't get me wrong, I want you to be a great parent, and you probably are an amazing parent. You're probably awesome with your kids. The problem is you've probably been so awesome with your kids, you haven't taken care of yourself. And now you're sitting here and you're feeling over 50 because the last 10 years, you've been putting in 20 years of work trying to take care of everybody else and not taking care of yourself. And I want to encourage you on this Sunday morning. Now, why I share this on Sunday is today is a Sunday of, if you're a Christian or a believer, if you have some sort of faith and you are going to get your church on, get your worship on, today is one day, Sunday. And it made me think of what happens on Sundays. And I fall fault of this often too. And then I try not to. I try to share it with you. I try to be open about my faith, not just on Sunday. But what happens? Even if churches are closed, some are open, some are closed, you're getting your worship online, and it's Sunday, and our focus is on one day on Sunday, right? We focus our attention to God. We focus on a message from a pastor, a minister, priest, what have you, and you're listening to a message on Sunday, maybe it be an hour long, and maybe you even feel the Holy Spirit in you for Sunday. But then what happens? Then life gets in the way and the rest of the week comes. Hey, Catherine, good morning to you as well. Good morning. Thank you. Love some my peeps, my followers. I appreciate you, Catherine. Blessings to you this morning as well. See you in the virtual church. Absolutely. Very shortly in about 45 minutes. Can't wait. And I would say is that encourages. That's a good thing, right? Like this is not to discourage you to not do church. However, The reason why I say this and why, we already discovered why. It's either you beat yourself up and why you're feeling like you're in your 50s, or you just didn't really do anything. Maybe you didn't take good care of yourself, and that's why you're feeling in your 50s and you're only in your 40s. Or maybe, again, it could be related. If you're in your 50s and feel like you're 70, it's the same thing, right? So this is all relative. But to my peeps, because I'm later 40s, and I know a lot of people that I talk to, and they share with me that, Mark, man, like I'm like breaking 50, but I feel like I'm like a step away from the nursing home. What is going on? And I try to establish that. And that's what I do as a coach. In fact, today, although yesterday we were supposed to do it and I had to shift, if you are not in my Bulletproof Fit Christians Over 40 free Facebook group, you need to jump in there. I'm doing a live training. If you're in that group, the live training is coming today at 12 noon. And we're going to be going over the 7 deadly fitness sins, over 47 deadly fitness sins that you want to avoid, especially when it comes to injury prevention. So that's going to be going on, but that's not going to be here. It's in my private group. So if you want access, just hit me up. Just say, I want in the group. You know, can I get access to the group? If you want to drop it down below, you could just say, can I get in your group? Can I get in your group? And I'll send you a link to that. It's called, but you can just search it up in the groups. It's Bulletproof Fit Christians Over 40. And that's a group that I have for other people who are pursuing faith, family, food, and fitness, of course, and they want to be encouraged and inspired with a like-minded community of other believers. So again, do you have to be Christian? No, you're more than welcome to join, just so you know that's what we talk about. And I say that partly as well as in Sunday comes and Sunday goes, right? Back to what to do if you're feeling that way. And the rest of the week, then you just kind of, a lot of times, and I've done it myself, is you get really inspired and encouraged and fired up from a great message, and then Monday comes, and then it's back into the routine. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and you're forgetting about it. And there, you only really have skin in the game, so to speak, on Sunday, because that's what you're just expected to do, and that's there. So it's no different. The reason why we've already established. Now, what to do is the same. It's the same thing. What happens? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're starting to focus. Maybe Monday, you're all focused. Maybe even Sunday is your day to get focused on your health because you're already kind of messed up on the weekend, right? And you're thinking, Monday, I'm going to start fresh Monday. I'm going to get that diet kicking into gear. And then Monday comes and maybe you're pretty good. Maybe you even got on a workout. Maybe you even planned out your meals. And trust me, I'm saying this because I'm preaching it to the choir. I do it all the time as well. Tuesday and Wednesday comes and things get kind of crazy and get filled. And next thing you know, you're distracted from taking care of you. And then you're so to some extent, you're losing skin in the game. Skin in the game, meaning that you're not invested in yourself, right? Like there's one thing to be invested on Sunday to go to church. And there's another thing to be invested in who is part of your life, and that's God. And that's what I believe in, a relationship, having that relationship with God through Jesus. So I want to share with you a book that I read, actually. It was the first time I ever read, I read maybe the first 20, 30 pages, but I've been starting to learn how to speed read, and it's pretty crazy. Like I'm reading almost at 3 times speed, but I don't read. I'm listening and reading at the same time. So Audible is really great because you can change the speed. Anyway, I don't want to go off too far tangent. I read this book on the plane when I was in Costa Rica, and it's like a maybe 5.5-hour book to read. You can probably read this as like maybe 200 pages, right? It's not too big a print. But this book called Flesh, and it's by Hugh Halter, and it was really interesting because what I learned in this book, it's about bringing the incarnation down to earth. This is a really, really great book for you guys, if you're wanting something to read by Hugh Halter. And really what it's about is about just really the main thing in this book is God not necessarily wanting us to be right and all about the doctrine. That's really good, and we want to obviously learn truth, but also about just being real. Being real. The best thing if I can do as a Christian man is just to be real with you, to be open and honest and transparent with you. And I'll say this is really great, but it really made me think, why am I sharing this book by Hugh Halter? By the way, I think he has some other books, but this is a phenomenal book. And he's a lead pastor. I mean, you can read it up and all those types of things. And, you know, just talking about like theology and so forth, but just being real. And one of the things that I learned in this, but also just learning about my faith, is Jesus teaches us to live our life as Jesus would live your life. Like, think about that. So it's kind of like if Jesus just wanted us to be Christians on Sunday, then, right, we just have to go to church on Sunday. But I think he kind of wants us to be more like him all through the week. If you want, now, again, back to the point to this message, and if you're in your 40s and you're feeling like you're in your 50s, chances are you may be only investing a little bit of time. Maybe it's one day. Maybe you're investing a little bit of thoughts when you watch me. You could be motivated. You can be motivated and inspired all you want by me, but if it doesn't cause you to take action steps, if it doesn't cause you to want to pursue, kind of like your faith, you can go to church on Sunday and not pursue your faith until you're back in church on Sunday the next. And guess what? Chances are you're probably, again, this is not me judging, because you can have any kind of relationship you want with. It's open and free. It's the same thing with our health. If you're thinking that you can stay and feel fit and feel healthy and feel well by maybe only doing it part-time, if you don't really have any skin in the game, and I'm not talking like financially by hiring a coach, yes, that's an option. And to be quite frank about it, why do people succeed in my program? Because they have skin in the game. They've actually invested in themselves. Why was I in a Zoom meeting yesterday, or the last 3 days, for over 23 hours? Because I wanted to invest in myself. Why? Because I want to become a better coach and a better mentor. I want to have a better business. Now, if you want to have a better body, and you want to, it's just like your faith. If you want to grow in your faith, you have to actually have some skin in the game. If you want to not feel like you're in your 50s and 60s and you're in your 40s and you want to feel healthier and fit, you're going to have to put some skin in the game. You're going to have to actually make it a part of your life. Now, does it mean that it just happens overnight? No, it takes time. Faith-wise, I still don't have all the answers. In fact, there's a lot of things that I have questions about, and that's a good thing, but I'm enjoying the pursuit of it. And that's the thing that I help people discover, is that you don't have to be a hardcore gym person. You don't have to count calories the rest of your life. You don't have to feel terrible every time you step on the scale. If you actually can get the tools and you get the structure and the type of plan that you can actually take baby steps, one step at a time, one step, slow steps. I trust you. If you're safe, like I'm 48, I'm claiming it. I'm saying this. This is not for me to brag or anything, but I'm going to claim it right now. God willing, if he gives me another 10 years, if I'm in my later 50s, and who knows, maybe I'll be doing this. Maybe I'll be doing something else. I don't know. That's for God. That's for me to work out with God when the time comes. Today I have right now. So I want to pursue healthy. I want to pursue my maybe best life. I say maybe best life because I know there's probably something better. But today, as I'm 48, in the next 10 years, I want to claim that I'm going to be healthier, more fit, even closer, because I'm vested. I have skin in the game. This flesh book right here, like skin in the game with your Lord, like skin in the game with God, means you got to invest time with him if you want to grow in your faith. That's just the way it goes. Unfortunately, all of us, we get stuck because we're so used to instant gratification, right? We're used to instant. I get it too. In fact, I want to see some instant love from here. Please hit me up if you're enjoying this message. If you caught me in the replay, just drop replay down below. If this message is helpful for you, like, Mark, why are you doing this? You just like to talk? You just sharing this? And no, I came on 304 days ago. It's crazy to think we're almost on a year doing this. And I made it a pledge, and I can say that this helps me when I know I have to come in front of you and try and give you some hope, some inspiration, encouragement. It encourages me to know that there is a need out there. Now, don't get me wrong. I need it just as much as you do. And I want to say it's because I'm vested in you. I'm vested in wanting you. I made it a pledge last year, and I think I reached over 1,000 people. And I'm going to 10x that this year. I hope to reach 10,000 people. Not saying that they're going to be in my coaching program, although that would be amazing, but 10,000 people strong in this next year to help and encourage, whether it's from you sharing a message of hope, maybe it's just sharing something that I've given, maybe it's a training that I gave, maybe you are an inspiration because you've been on my coaching program for, 6 months or a year, and you changed and transformed your body. And that's truly what it's about. I get inspired and encouraged. I want to put skin in the game here. That's why I've put in 300, I don't think putting in is a word. Putting is a word. That's why I put in the past 300 something. Don't be impressed by it. Again, this is nothing. This is a drop in the bucket. It's temporary. But I'm invested. I'm invested in here. And I hope that you've found value in it. I hope that my investment in coming on here live at 8 a.m. has been helpful to you, whether it's on Sunday with maybe a preachy type sermon, or it's in helping you understand how you can go from living in your 40s, feeling like you're in your 50s and 60s, and knowing there's something better. I truly believe that there's something better for you, particularly if you're that person right now watching who's let themselves go. You feel like you're 60 years old. You're beat down. You're worn down. You're discouraged. You feel hopeless. You're, out of shape, unhealthy, overweight. You're disappointed in the choices that you didn't make. Maybe you're disappointed in the choices that you did make. And the reason why you're stuck right now, and it's Sunday, and it's the end of January already. Like you're thinking to yourself, I told myself in 2020 at the end that 2021 was going to be my year, and you're not off to a good start. You're not. And if you're anything like me, I don't know if you're feeling it, but this month flew by quick. Like, I don't even know. I know I was told when I get older, things go by quicker, and it's totally the truth. So it's easy to feel like I don't know where the last 10 years have gone, but I don't want to miss out on my best years to come in the next 10 years. And one of the ways to do that is to acknowledge it and to pursue it, not just on like church on Sundays, not just on Monday, but actually to pursue it your whole life. Now, how do you do that? How do you do that? Well, I can tell you first and foremost that this is not any kind of plug on my end. It is much easier, way easier to have a coach and a mentor and somebody to come alongside him. And I'm not talking about your kid or your spouse or a neighbor down the street who's going to bail on you because their work kept them late. And then next thing you know, your workout partner's not at the gym and you're frustrated and you just fall off track. That happens all the time. Or that diet that made you so angry because you couldn't have another chip on Taco Tuesday and you're so pissed off. Why did I ever do this diet? Or you gave up sugar completely and it's making you not just hangry, it's making you ornery because, and I'm not saying, hey, sugar is the enemy, but I'll tell you, when you start to put these, you just don't have an idea. Like you just don't know what else to do. You've tried all those methods. You've tried all those things. You even maybe had success with a diet. You even got the weight off. And now 2 years later, not only is the weight back on, but your body is even an additional 20, the 30, 40 pounds that you put back on. And now there's another 10 or 20 because of the lockdown this year. And you're like, what the F? Why do I even bother? Now, your body is wondering, your body's not wondering. You're wondering, how did I let myself go? So I'm just going to tell you this straight out. You can continue to let yourself go. You can continue to be stuck. You can continue to flounder. You can continue to go on the merry-go-round cycle of ups and downs with diets, or you could do what a lot of people choose to do is choose different. They get a coach in their corner, a mentor in their corner. They get somebody to help them, come alongside them to ensure they stay on the right path. I have 3 coaches. I'm a byproduct of coaches. You wonder how I'm going to get in the best shape of my life in this next year? I have a coach that helps me. You wonder how I'm going to take my business to the next level in 2021? I have a coach for that too. You want to know how I'm going to actually try to get closer to God in my relationship, in my faith journey along this whole path in life? Well, guess what? I have people that I surround myself with as well who can help keep me accountable, help keep me on the right path, help provide some good guardrails. Healthy guardrails are a really, really good thing. If you're going into your next week and you have no guardrails up, guess what? That's why you're feeling like you're in your 50s and 60s and you're in your 40s. That's definitely part of the reason why. So anyway, I hope this message found you well. My name is Mark Avens. I am your Bulletproof Christian Fitness mentor. Happy Sunday. I got to go have some breakfast. I hope your day of worship, if you are watching church, listen, if you don't have a church, if you're like, I don't even know where to start, reach out to me. I'd stream one online. My family and I, we watch, I'm open and honest. I've been at different churches involved locally here and away right now. We've been in with Elevation Church and Stephen Furtick. The message has been resonating with us over the past year. It's been amazing, I would say, is regardless of how you're getting your worship on, or if you don't have a resource or don't have a direction, reach out to me. I'd love to, forget the fitness part. If you want to talk about your spiritual faith and spiritual journey, I'd be more than happy to. I don't don't have all the answers. God has all the answers, but he's definitely shared a lot of those with me, and I'd be happy to share them with you. Take care. Have a blessed Sunday. We'll see you soon.